In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to connect any API to make.com. We'll start from a blank canvas and finish with a working request you can use in your automations. First, open make.com and create a new scenario. Think of a scenario as your workflow. Modules run from left to right to move data where you need it. Give it a clear name so you can find it later. On the empty canvas, you'll see a big plus icon. That's how you add your first module. Click the plus button and search for the HTTP app. The HTTP module is Make's universal connector. If a service exposes an API, this tool lets you call it directly, even when there isn't a native integration. Choose the Make a Request action. This is the flexible option that mirrors what you see in most API docs, letting you set the URL, method, headers, parameters, and authentication. Before you type anything, pull the essentials from the API documentation: the exact endpoint URL, the request method the endpoint expects, and the authentication method. Keep the docs open. Accuracy here saves a lot of time later. Note the base URL and the specific path you'll call. Paste the endpoint into the URL field. If the docs include path variables, swap them for real values. Avoid hard-coding query parameters directly into the URL. Adding them in the dedicated parameters section reduces mistakes with encoding. Next, select the request method. Use get to retrieve data, post to create, put to update or replace, and delete to remove resources. If the docs say a request body is required, for example with post or put, add it in the body area, typically as JSON, and match the structure exactly. Set up authentication to match the docs. Choose the correct type, API key, bearer token, or basic auth, and provide only what's needed. Some APIs expect the key in the authorization header, others in a custom header or as a query parameter. You'll configure that here or in the headers parameter sections. Never share sensitive credentials publicly. Add any required headers and query parameters. Common headers include content type, application JSON, and accept application JSON. Use query parameters for filters, pagination, or search terms. Keep secrets out of the URL whenever possible. Now test your call by clicking Run once. Watch the output panel for the status code and response body. A 2xx status generally means success. If you see 401 or 403, revisit authentication. For 4xx errors, double-check the URL, method, headers, and required parameters. The error message often points to what's missing. Finally, use the response in your scenario. Open the output and map the fields you need into the next modules so your automation flows end-to-end. Thanks for watching.